G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present the round one review. Oh my fucking God. How bad was that round? I can't believe it. I reckon this is the most amount of carnage I've seen in one round in a long time. Like, just everything felt like every game something would happen, whether it's an injury, a shit roll, um, a player not even trying. That's like 700k. It was an absolute disaster this round. So much happened, so much to talk about. But I kind of want to keep this quick because my team's an absolute fucking disaster. Yeah, so not happy at all. I tried to record last night because I didn't know the rank was going to get released last night. It usually takes a night to get the full rank. But it usually takes Monday night for the round one rank to come out, but didn't know that. And yesterday I was out with Spills after the Hawthorn Essendon game, and that's another thing. Hawthorn were absolutely atrocious. Yeah, I'm going to be seeing lot of those performances throughout the year. Keen for pick one though. I was with Spills yesterday. What a great bloke. We had a few drinks after the Hawthorn Essendon match. Great to meet up with him and just such a good bloke. So highly recommend Spills if you ever meet him in person. Just a great bloke. So um, yeah, and yeah, it's a shame about my team. My God, my AFL team, my AFL Supercoach team. There's just so much to get through. Just an absolute mess. Let's get straight to the point. It is ugly. I was complaining last year about being 55k after round one. Look at that, 81k. And that's the first time I've been under. I didn't score under 2,000 once last year. Besides the bye rounds, 1,875. There's just so much wrong with my side. We've got a lot to get through. Yeah, let's get started, shall we? Make sure you like and subscribe. Um, if you want to know much about Supercoach, just do the opposite of what I say at this point because it's fucking awful. Tom Stewart 18, what a great way to start. Bloody Ed Sheeran concert. No, just kidding. Scored an 18. Medial ligament in his, he's injured his knee. Medial ligament, I've done it a couple of times. It's no good. Yeah, he's a must trade. Sam Doherty, 108, one of the more normal scores this week. Yeah, he was fine. I brought him in very late for Dawson. I wish I went Dawson ahead of Stewart, but that's another thing. But Doherty, I couldn't watch that Richmond Carlton game without having Doherty, knowing his history and all that. Jordan Ridley, 107, just killed it against the Hawks. He was fantastic. 107. He was just brilliant. Um, yeah, no complaints here. Ridley looked really good. Hopefully, a score in between of 90 and 110 that we can get most weeks from Ridley. Maybe a couple 110 pluses. Liam Jones scored a five. God, scored a five. I tried to record a round review last night. One thing, I was too drunk. I'm very hungover today. And the second thing is, I was even angrier than this. But he scored a five, which is just funny at this point. But he did get injured. He might play this week. And if he does, I might have to keep him because we saw how well the Dockers defenders scored against St Kilda. I think Ryan scored 170. Cox scored 150. Young scored nearly 140. So it might just be one of those things where if he plays this week, I might just hold Liam Jones, but a five's no good. Connor McKenna, 93, was one of the shining lights on my side. So very good from McKenna. Very happy I got him. That's one thing I got right. Constable, terrible by foot, but he took kick-ins and he was better, besides Davey, better than anyone else on the bench. So can't complain there. Didn't get killed too much in terms of rookie roulette this week. Just got killed with everyone else. And not owning people, not owning players, but whatever. Rory Lee, what's going on? He scored a 50. He scored a 50, Rory Laird, the most expensive player in the game. He got a little bit of attention inside the stoppages, but he wasn't getting tagged or anything. Scored a 50. Didn't even look like he wanted to be there, or he didn't even try. Just so Rory Laird like I just can't believe it. 50. Oh, he went. Even Oliver. Oliver didn't do grouse, but he did better than Laird. Seems like all the picks, I just picked the wrong one. Bonampelli, 107, not a terrible captain score considering the amount of scores in my side this week. So, not a disaster, I guess, with Bon. I've vice captain Dunkley, and they're basically the same score. Tom Green, 134, really good. By far and away, my best player in my team this week. He was perfect. It really looks like the Andy Brayshaw of 2023. Jacob Hopper looked pretty average, to be honest, but they're playing Adelaide this week, Richmond, so he could go right. And same reason I'm probably going to keep Laird because they're playing Richmond this week. So both teams can leak a few points in the midfield, as we can see. Tom Green scored 134 against Adelaide's midfield. So Jacob Hopper, 67, looked a bit average. I'll worry about him next week. I'll keep him for one more. I think Spills is trading him, but he's in the position that he can do that sort of stuff where I've got to correct my own mistakes. Finn Callahan, 101. This was a good pick. One of my only good mid-price picks in my side. So 101, very happy with that. No Josh Kelly next week. Maybe gets a little bit of CBAs. I didn't watch much of the GWS Adelaide game, saw little bits and bobs here and there, but that was fantastic to see. Will Ashcroft, 55, tough day, first gamer against Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide were just killing the Lions midfield for some reason. Port were just too good on the day. He'll bounce back. Very good player. Cam McKenzie, 93. He's going to be an absolute gun. I'm so happy Hawthorn have him. One of the only shining lights yesterday. So, McKenzie's great. Good to see. And Ginby as well. These three are going to be absolute guns in the competition. It will be very enjoyable watching these three for the next 10 or 12 years dominate the comp. So one day. So Ginby's fantastic. McKenzie's fantastic. And Ashcroft is a good player. He'll bounce back. Sean Darcy, 96. I didn't watch much of Saints Dockers. I was at Hawthorn Essendon, so that's why. Dockers were, Saints were just better than them at the end of the day. Darcy was all right. 96, I'll cop that. Marshall, I'd like a little bit better, to be honest. Man is my loophole. Josh Dunkley, 108. Started off really well, but faded out just like Brisbane. And Port Adelaide's midfield just cut sick. So, yeah, that's fine. Connor Rozee, 97. Very solid. I'll take that. Tim Taranto butchered the ball a bit, but that's fine. 103, we'll take that. Errol Goulden, another bloke that saved me. Scoring 115, I'll take that. He was getting midfield minutes. His calf did get strapped heading to the last quarter, but they kept him on and they subbed out Ladham, so he's fine. Just spent a little bit of time down forward. He will go awesome against Hawthorn this week for the Swans. Maybe it's what I deserved, this Nat 5 score. Maybe it's what I deserved. Well, to be fair, it was him or Bruin. At least Bruin's got a decent role. I knew Fife was going to play full forward, but I think Saints are just so well drilled by the seams of it. I tipped them for 15th. Looks like they could be a bit better than that. 26 for Nat Fife is just shocking. I know he's playing full forward. They got North Melbourne this week, so that might be the only reason I keep him. But that's just fucking awful. 26. Sam Flanders, 64, which is fine. But the role is shocking. Forward pocket for the Suns. We'll see how he goes against Essendon this week. Obviously, Essendon looked good last week. Against Hawthorn. But I'm still not sold on Essendon being this great team. I think Hawthorn are just fucking shit. Sorry about the swearing today. I'm just angry. I was more angry last night. God, that would have been demonetized or whatever. Last night's recording. I won't release that. Sava Radagalair, 55, built into the game very nicely. He was fine. Good ruck cover just in case one of these two blokes go down. Fergus Green might be a poor pick, actually. He's a full forward for the worst side in the comp, so which is a shame. I love Ferg. He's got I think he's going to be good for us, but just a tough day for the Hawks there. But yeah, I might have preferred like a Chandler and Noah Long. But unfortunately, I'm not a fortune teller. If I was, I would have been ranked 1 this week. Anyway, let's do some trades. I'm really tossing up how many trades I should make because I have no Sheasel. So Sheasel was an absolute must this week, and Stewart has to go. So that's definitely 2 trades this week. I'm debating whether to do 3 because I probably need to make a lot of correction trades next week. There's a decent chance I'm on 30 or 31 heading into round 3, which is bad. So let's think of what we can do. Tom Stewart definitely has to go out for 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, if Jones isn't playing, I'm probably trading him, and this is what I'm going to do. Ginby into the back line, Flanders into the midfield, bring in Dacos, and bring in Sheasel, which gives me 161k. I was speaking to Spills last night. Of course, I was with him in person yesterday. Went to a couple of bars and pubs and stuff, and I was saying I'm not sure about Dacos because he could get tagged, but he really convinced me as like there's no ideal tag for him, and maybe until round 9 against Sydney, where Ryan Clark will definitely tag him. So that got me a bit more confident. I mean, we have a look at Collingwood's fixtures. Port, Drew doesn't really tag off the halfback from what I've noticed. Richmond don't tag. Brisbane don't tag. St Kilda maybe Windhager or Bytel or whoever, but I think he might be safe. They don't really tag off the halfback line. Essendon, unless they put Caldwell on him, it's 50-50. Caldwell looks fine. Down forward. Where's this? Where's Collingwood? Adelaide don't tag. Round 8. Sydney, yeah. So Sydney's probably the main one, but that's okay. I'm happy to have Dacos in the side. He can just save you in certain weeks and really push you up the ranks. So I'm fine with Dacos for Stewart. And then Sheasel's a must. It's just whether if I trade him for Jones or not. I hate it, but I'm probably going to have to keep 5 for 1 more week. Chesser looks like, I forgot to go through the midfield bench, and actually the whole bench. Wilmot was all right. Cowan got subbed off, but he looks like a good footballer. Oscar Baker, it's okay. Kicked a goal, whatever. Chesser, I saw him once all game. He was awful. Alwyn Davey Jr., 58. He was pretty solid for the Dons. And yeah. One thing I could look to do actually is actually instead, because I think Chesser could be a pretty bad rookie. Like he scored a 20. If Jones does play this week, I'm probably inclined to keep him. Hang on. Move Constable and just bring back Jones. Let me see if it lets me do that. Yep. Maybe something like that. Gives me 56k in the bank. Get rid of a bit of a crap rookie. Get Jones back. Constable probably comes on the bench, but I could probably... Oh, well, is that who... I guess... Look, I think if I had to pick, this would be the team I'd like to have on field. So that's okay. Yeah, something like that. Constable on the bench, that's okay. Because I'm going to have to worry about players like, I guess, Cade Chandler. Cade Chandler's definitely a correctional trade. Comben went all right. But I think it's because of Sherry going down that he scored well. I'd love to see how he goes next week against with Goldie in the side. So I think he'll play more forward. So I'm not too fussed on Comben, but Cade Chandler's certainly a correctional rookie trade. So we'll just have to see how some of the others go. Horn Francis looks like a bloke I'm going to have to look to bring in. We'll see how Fife goes. Do I just get this out of the way? Do I already trade Horn Francis for Fife? That's what I'm really considering. Anyway, I'll have to give it some more thought. We'll leave it here, guys. The only thing that went well for me this week was draft. So I beat my mate Liam, and I beat Spills by 7 points. I was really lucky there. Anyway, yeah, that's the round review. I didn't want to keep this too much longer than it already needs to be. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm quite hungover, so sorry if there's not that much energy today. But yeah, just a shocking week. It's just a bit of depression with my side. It's awful. Um, yeah, I'll have to give it some thoughts on trades this week. What are my early thoughts on captain, vice captain? Um, Early days, I'm thinking Laird maybe. Oh, they might tag Bont. Um, I think Laird, vice captain. Spills is really considering Tom Green as captain this week, and gee, that might be a bit of consideration. 145, 435. I'd have to be pretty quick, but what if I go Dacos? Nah, I can't trust Laird with the captain's armband now. Maybe yeah, Laird vice captain only. I can't trust him after that score. Might even be someone like a Tom Green. Oh, maybe I'll just keep it on Bond. Yeah, probably just keep it at Bond. So, one trade I'd consider doing is Fife to Horn Francis. Maybe I'll just rip off the band-aid because I might just think, oh, Horn Francis will score better than Fife this week. So maybe it's just more of a points on field sort of thing. So yeah, it's a lot of things tossing up. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys certainly did a lot better than me because I went shocking. But trust the process. We're going to be all right. Round one, you'd rather this rank round one than round 17. So it's going to be all good. We'll still have a good year. So we'll see how we go. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. It's good to be back, isn't it? Despite the shit week. Cheers.